Does anyone else think this angle is weird? What's going on with your bangs? Your bangs look fucked up. Have you ever thought about going to like a doctor about your bangs? Like a surgeon? Get a bang replacement? Because I'm looking at your bangs right now and I think you have a serious problem. I mean, now that's over. Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock. I have nothing to talk about today. I haven't spoken all day. I like woke up, I played Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. I did laundry, I washed my hair. I've just been chilling. I haven't said anything, so my voice is all fucking weird. Something is wrong with the angle and the lighting. There's a shadow. There's like a weird shadow. I look good in the mirror, but then I look horrible on the camera. The camera. The camera. I don't know. I got paid today. I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna buy artwork to put on over here because, okay, this mirror is up here because I accidentally threw something at the wall and it left a little mark up there. So anyway, there's a mark on that wall and I covered it with a mirror. I think the mirror might have left more marks. I want to buy a painting. Like, this is Der Traum, it's by Marc. And to accompany the work. Over here, I want that Kandinsky painting. What's it called? The circles? The circles in concentric, the squares with concentric circles? Circles with concentric squares. I think it would go nicely with that one. Plus, Marc and Vasily Kandinsky, they were like friends and they sent paintings to each other. So I feel like it's a fair, it's like, it's kind of like a reference, but also really nice, bright, colorful art that makes me actually feel awesome. And a lot of art just doesn't do that. Like, I'm actually in love and obsessed with that painting. That's why I got it, that's why I hung it up. And I'm also worried that if I get another print of a painting and I hang it up over there, it makes this one less meaningful. People will be like, oh, she just likes, there's just art in the room to make the room look nice. No! I'm obsessed with this bitch and I want something over here. It's the Kandinsky painting that I care a little less about, but I still think is very meaningful. Anyway, Henry Rousseau. Yeah. I also want a Henry Rousseau. I don't know if it's Rousseau print. You know, the nature. He does the nature with the like repeating shapes and fractal imagery. It's like he took acid, studied nature, and then he went back out in the nature and was like, I'm gonna paint how this would look if I were still on acid. Or maybe he just saw things that way. And I'm adding drugs into his sick, twisted mind. I'm adding hallucinogens. I actually know nothing about him. I have a screenshot of his work. The tiger eating the buffalo. Or is it a lion? I think it's a tiger, right? The one where the tiger's eating the buffalo. Beautiful. I have it saved on my phone for like to look at. Just, I don't know. I have a folder on my phone of like images I just like to look at. And that's one of them because I like the colors, I like the shapes, it makes me feel good like the other paintings, and that's what art is. It's like connection. I'm connected. It's connecting with me. I feel connected. My voice is weird today because, like I said, I didn't talk and I'm drinking coffee, which closes it fills your mouth with phlegm. So this Henry Rousseau painting, it kind of matches these other paintings by being, what's the word? So I see, okay, this one's the dream. Obviously it's depicting a dream, but it's not realistic. I'm blanking on every single art term, but it doesn't matter. It's not realistic. He's like showing you, whatever, I'm tired. I can't do this. I don't know if my hair looks good or if it doesn't. I don't know what's going on. I haven't even started applying makeup yet, and that's what I'm meant to be doing right now. My voice is weird. And I have a Chapel Roan song stuck in my head. So this day couldn't get any worse. And yes, I do look like Nicholas Hoult. Yes, I do look like Tony from Skins. I'm glad someone brings that up in every single video. I actually am, because it's funny. It's like a running joke. I don't see it. Like, we're both white people with fucked up mouths. And I guess similar, like, pale complexions. And I'm fat. Like, I thought once I gained a little weight, which I have these, like, jowls. I thought the comparisons would go away, but they didn't, because I got a comment on the last video. And this is a shout out to you, even though you're probably not watching this video, because the last one was just a fluke in the algorithm, and you clicked on it. Probably, I don't know if you're subscribed. Maybe you are. Maybe you're watching this one, and you were like, no one who said you look like Tony from Skins. I forgot the start of the sentence. I want to go back to talking to art. My brain stopped. I need more coffee before it gets cold and undrinkable. So Henry Rousseau, he paints these beautiful... I'm not in a thinky mood, so I can't really put any of this into words. Nature has a shape. There's repeating patterns in nature. Divine geometry or whatever. I'm going to use this instead of the chemical invisible sunscreen I use. It's got hyaluronic acid. It's 30 SPF. I don't know if it's UV. My brain's it's not working. UVA rays, and there's UVB rays. The other one, there's two. Well, there's more than two, but the main ones that you can protect your skin with sunscreen. None of the ingredients sound helpful. Shea butter. Seed butter. Okay, none of this sounds helpful. Isoparaffin, sure. Sodium hyaluronate. So we got to like row 6 of the ingredients before something sounded that it was doing something. I think it's more of a moisturizer than it is. If it's a sunscreen, doesn't it need like zinc and stuff? It doesn't have any of that. I'm not an expert. I don't know. There's obviously other ingredients that protect from the sun, but yesterday I put on... Look at this cute little pimple I have here, by the way. What the fuck? I don't get pimples. I mean, I have this mess that's happening on my mouth. Because I got like 2 pimples there. And I guess I picked one of them. And so now I'm just left with this for like 2 months. And I don't usually even do that. It was just there like a day. Because I don't get pimples, so I have the patience. Whenever I get one, I have the patience to be like, okay, it'll be gone tomorrow. It'll be gone in 2 days. But this one, it took like a day longer, so I started picking at it. And now I've got this scar. And it will take a long while to go away. And it's my fault. Pink Pony Club. Yesterday, I put on mineral sunscreen. I put on the white, thick goop. Mixed it with the foundation, and it went horribly. It went horribly. It went horribly. I like chemical sunscreen because it's invisible and it's like oily and slimy. It's not thick. My coffee's getting cold. So Henry Rousseau, French, I don't know if you could tell, it's Henry with an I. He was a painter. I don't know anything about him or his life, but he paints in he simplifies the shape of Mother Nature in these beautiful, it's like he's building a cathedral. You know the way people, when they build cathedrals, they try to replicate like the vision of God in the world around us. They would try to create these natural shapes. They would try to use secret geometry in the shapes of these cathedrals. It's like, which is a skill we've lost. It's so beautiful. I'm not religious. But have you ever been in a cathedral and heard like the choir sing? A choir singing in a cathedral, and you're looking around, and it's so beautiful, and it's like this, like, it's otherworldly. I understand when they were building those cathedrals, they were trying to communicate with God, and I totally understand the thought process. Anyway, Henry Rousseau is a painter, and he's like doing that, but in nature. He's depicting stuff. Can you believe one of my hobbies is writing? I'm just not good at talking. And this is drying out too fast. It's drying out on my skin. This was a mistake. It's goopy. It's like, it feels light and like chemically. Am I allowed to say that? I got it. It looks like a cheap. I don't know where I got it. It looks cheap. This is one of the worst videos I've ever made. Okay, whatever. It's on. It's on. It's wet. It's on. It's wet. It's on. It's wet. Just fucking mix it in. It's not mixing very well. And I feel like later in the day, it will start to create a cast. It's already doing that a little bit. I'm trying to buy vitamin C cream for my nose because you can't see it. It's minuscule, but I can see it. On my nose and on my forehead, there's all of these tiny little sunspots from when I was a kid, and like my parents wouldn't put sunscreen on me because I don't live in a very sunscreen culture. I have to take this all off. It didn't mix very well at all. I'm gonna use the opposite because I can't see. If you're pointing at me, I can't see you, you know? Don't look at my bangs. Horrid. I just realized what was wrong with this setup. The ratio was wrong on my camera so that it was like the full length of the screen rather than the like 9:16 ratio it's supposed to be. Man, I wish you could see. You can't see shit. I'm taking this all off. I don't care. Rather than just go and wash my face, I'm gonna do it in that. No, I'm gonna go wash my face. I don't want to sit here and rub my face to death. I'm back. Hyaluronic acid day cream. This might work because the reason I say this, I've been saying this in every fucking video, is because I gained a little bit of weight, and I'm using foundation now because the redness of my face when I gain fat in my face, it spreads down to here, and it brings all the attention down to like my chin and my jowls, which I don't know if you don't know anything about like makeup or anything. That's the opposite of what you want. You want the focus to be like up here, lifting the appearance of the face. So until I lose up a little bit of weight, I'm putting foundation on, and foundation, as I'm finding out, only mixes with like chemical sunscreen, 50 SPF. The other stuff I was using might work maybe if I lose a little bit of weight and I don't need to be using the foundation anymore, because maybe the redness from down here will dissipate. Maybe then I could use that stuff. It won't be expired because it's already opened, and there's the... I don't know how long I've had it. Guys. You know, every day, it's like, should I pin my hair back in the middle, or should I just have full on side swept? Side sweep. So anyway, Henry Julien Felix Rousseau was a French post-impressionist painter in the naive or primitive manner. He was also known as Le Douanier, the customs officer, a humorous description of his occupation as a tool and tax collector. So he was an artist with a job. So he's already more accomplished than me. He started painting seriously in his early 40s. By age 49, he retired from his job to work on his art full time. Well, whatever. Ridiculed during his lifetime by critics, he came to be recognized as a self-taught genius whose works of art are of high artistic quality. I wouldn't call him a genius. I don't think we should be calling artists geniuses. I think that should be reserved for like thinky. As an artist myself, who thinks moderately, who thinks like, I think science is all just guesswork. I think the word genius should be still be like reserved for like scientists. Because if you can understand, my sleeve's wet, I just washed my face. Because whatever. Rousseau was born in Mayenne, France in 1844 into the family of a tinsmith. Yeah, I want to know about his art. It drew Tiger in a Tropical Storm, surprised! Exclamation mark, was exhibited in 1891. It's a wonderful year. 1891 is the year of Sherlock Holmes being published. A lot happened in the 1890s. Cars were just starting. My eyes are blurry. Sometimes they get like that and then they don't focus. And Rousseau received his first serious review when young artist Felix Vallotton wrote, "His tiger surprising its prey ought to not be missed. It's the alpha and omega of painting." Ugh. I just like the way he paints the plants and the flowers and the eyes. Like, let me just tell me. When Pablo Picasso happened upon a painting by Rousseau being sold on the street as a canvas to be painted over, he's just like me. He's just like, free canvas, painting on it, I don't care. Paint over it, scrape it off. The younger artist instantly recognized Rousseau's genius, again with that word, and went to meet him. You should say artistically inclined, visually intelligent. Visually intelligent. Visually... What's another word for genius? I can't see. My eyes have gone all blurry. Brilliance. Yeah. Brilliant. Mastermind. He's a visual mastermind. But like you could do because if you're calling this guy a genius, but he can't count to 10, I can't count to 10. Is he really a genius? Because he's excelling in visual arts. Whatever. Maybe I just hate myself. Maybe I'm just taking out myself hatred on him. Blah 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 blah. I don't care about this. I literally just want an explanation of what his art looks like, because I can't find the words right now. Rousseau claimed he had no teacher other than nature, although he admitted he had received some advice from 2 established academic painters, Felix. I couldn't say the word Felix. Felix Auguste Clement and John Leon Jerome. Essentially, he was self-taught and is discovered to be a naive or primitive painter. His best-known paintings depict jungle scenes, even though he never left France or saw a jungle. That shocked me. Because from these jungle scenes, I assumed he lived in the jungle. I assumed he was some, like, colonizer. And he was traveling with these, like I invented this whole story in my head, where he was, like, traveling on a boat with these, like, colonizer people. And while they were, like, killing people and raping people and throwing Bibles at people or whatever, he was, like, sitting next to, like, a dead tiger and painting it. He never left France, so... Even though he never left France, stories spread by admirers that his army service included the French Expeditionary Force to Mexico are unfounded. His inspiration came from illustrations in children's books. Oh, he's just like me. Because, okay, the way he draws, he says he's no teacher other than nature, and I fully understand that. Because there's like... the way artists, it's like the Bob Ross method, right? He uses the brush to simulate the appearance of leaves and such, foliage, and these natural shapes. I need to put sunscreen on, or I'm literally going to sit here forever. But then the way, like, Rousseau does it, he paints each individual leaf and he just looks at the patterns of how the tree is growing from the ground, and he studies it and he makes note of it, like, say, Da Vinci would do. He would, like, write it, like I can tell he's looking at nature and he's studying it, and he's like, okay, he's looking at the patterns. He's like, okay, so the tree, it grows this way, every so often a branch comes out, every so often another smaller branch comes out, and they, like, fractalize, they diverge into fruit. And then there's, like, a certain amount of fruit on each branch. He's not, like, making it up. He's studying how it is, and he's depicting that, but in this simplified nature that's really cool to look at. I had to do all that dumb research just to be able to say that. That's what I was trying to say from the start. But also, I'm not trying to buy anything this year. I'm against... So, okay, there's this dumb cup. I don't like cups. Like travel mugs. What are they called? What do you call those cups everyone's been getting the last year? 2 years? 1 year? The metal ones. The jars. It's just unnecessary because you already have a glass in your cupboard. You already have a glass in your cupboard. Did you know? Did you know you already own a cup? So, I don't know. I saw this really cute one that's overpriced. It's £14. And it's not even big. It's like... But I just thought it looked really cute. And I've been thinking about it. And I got paid last night. So I'm thinking, why don't I spend £14 on this dumb ass cup? I'm gonna be dieting, so I shouldn't be spending that money on food, right? I already have all the food I need. Like, I have soup cans and bean cans and tinned fish. Like, obviously I have fresh food too, but I'm saying, like, once the food I bought recently runs out, why don't I just move on to, like, the cupboard stuff, the tin and the cans. I don't have to buy food this month if I get creative with it. You know, a tin of beans with some sriracha and peppers and some cooked fish is fucking delicious. Just cover it in, like, white pepper, black pepper, sriracha, hot sauce, a little bit of ketchup in there. It's very carby because fish go good with, like, carbs, and the baked beans have that, like, texture you need that goes really well with fish. I keep trying to put fish into a salad and it doesn't work because the fucking lettuce doesn't go well with fish. You need something carby, you need something heavy. And then it's divine. Like a tin of baked beans with sriracha. I'm just saying, if the apocalypse hits and that's all I have, I'm fine. As long as I have hot sauce. This video is a fucking mess. I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this. I have other things to do. I finished Frankenstein. I finished reading Frankenstein. And can I review the book Frankenstein? So the prologue, where Mary Shelley, she talks about where she was when she was writing this book, super fucking interesting. Never been more interested. But then the book starts, the story starts, and I'm like, oh, boring. Up until the monster, Frankenstein's monster, starts speaking, and then I'm super fucking interested. I'm interested in his story. I'm like, this is the most interesting book I've ever read. I'm crying every single page. I'm like reading the dialogue of the monster out loud, like with tears in my eyes, holding back chokes in my throat. And then it goes back to fucking the guy, Frankenstein's point of view, and I'm like fucking bored again. I don't care, dude. I don't care that you're fucking everyone's dead. Get over it. I want to go back to the monster. He is the better narrative here. He's the better poet. He's advanced. I know you're suffering. I get it. It's very dramatic, it's romantic, it's everything. Of course it is. But like the monster, Frankenstein's monster said at the end of the book, your suffering doesn't compare to his. He was molded by it. He was born from it. At every turn. I love how he speaks. Miserable wretch. He's just a miserable wretch, bro. And at the end, when the sailor was like being a little sympathetic towards him, Frankenstein, the monster, was like, no. You've heard his side of the story. You don't know mine. You don't know my suffering. And like, thank God that sailor didn't follow through on the promise he made to Frankenstein the man to continue his quest to kill the monster on sight. He saw the monster and he was scared, but then he heard his voice and he was like, oh, this is a living, thinking person with a deep, deep soul. I can't go through on my promise. I have that. He felt sympathy for him. Of course. If you heard him talk, and he was like, wait a minute, where are you going? And Frankenstein was like, the monster was like, I'm gonna go kill myself. It's not funny. It's really sad. But I can giggle at drama. Also, narratively, it's all over the place. It takes place from the point of view, I think, right? We are the character Margaret. We are, from her point of view, reading letters from her sailor adventurer husband. He's sending letters back to her, to us, the reader, about this adventure he's on and the story he's being told by a man he picked up in the ice. And the man he picked up was Frankenstein, the guy. I don't remember his first name, if I'm being honest. And so he's relaying the story of Frankenstein in these letters back to his sister. So we're reading the letters. But then also, at some point it switches to Frankenstein. We hear Frankenstein's story as he tells it. The monster. We hear Frankenstein's monster story as we hear it from him being told to Frankenstein, the guy, the creator, the legend. There's something in my, like up here in my sinuses. Which is then being relayed to the sailor, which is being passed in these notes. And while the monster is telling the story, he's referencing letters that the guy Frankenstein sent back to his family, that the monster found and is being used to piece together parts of of Frankenstein the guy's story, which then that's being relayed from Frankenstein the guy to Frankenstein the monster, which is being told back to Frankenstein the guy, which is then being told back to the sailor, which then we're reading in letters to Margaret. Anyway. Like, at least in Interview with a Vampire, there was just one interview with a vampire, you know? It was like one point of view. We are, hang on a minute. We're from Christian Slater's point of view, being told the story from the other guy. Oh my god. I'm trying to make a joke here where I'm confusing the book with the movie, but I genuinely, Tom Cruise. Who was Lestat? Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt was Louis de Pointe du Lac. Tom Cruise was Lestat. Kirsten Dunst in the best performance anyone has ever done in the history of mankind as Claudia. One of the most tragic stories ever told in the history of mankind. Poor little baby Claudia. Anyway, I wish she became I wish she killed more people. Poor baby Claudia. Anyway, I haven't seen the series because it looks like Riverdale. It looks like Riverdale, and I don't want to watch it. Maybe if I got into drug use again, I would watch Riverdale. I wouldn't watch the Interview with a Vampire show. I just thought about getting really high and watching Riverdale. Bad shows have to have a heart to enjoy them. Like Glee is horrible, but it has such a heart. A twisted one, sure, but it's funny and it's tragic. I haven't seen Riverdale, so I don't know if it actually has that heart that would keep me watching. Like Pretty Little Liars. I remember when I was in high school, my friend was describing to me the plot of Pretty Little Liars, and I was like, that sounds really stupid. And then I watched a couple minutes of it, and I was like, this is how does this keep your attention? Everything's really dark. Why are they filming in a dark room? Anyway, I'm trying not to I'm trying not to buy anything this year. So, you know, if I buy a print for my wall, that's a huge fucking problem. And also, I'm buying the book on Amazon that I've been talking about. I'm buying *Sapiens: A History* by Yuval Harari. What's his name? Yuval Noah Harari. I said it right. And that's like buying a book, awesome, sure, whatever. Buying a print, sure, whatever, awesome. But it's the fact that I'm doing it online, and it's the fact that I'm buying that dumbass book. It's not a dumbass book. The fact that I'm buying it on dumbass Amazon because it's not being sold in like bookstores. Like, there are no bookstores where I live anyway. I have to drive or take a bus. I don't drive. I don't have a car. Or take a bus because the train station was turned into the town dump in the 80s. It's still there. They just were like, we don't need a train. The next town is an hour away, bitch. We do need a train. I want to buy books. But I have to ask people for a ride. So I do shit online. That's why they got rid of the trains. So that people could start buying Amazon products and funding the slave labor of China's death camps. Have you bought from Temu today? Have you gotten your Temu notifications today? When I say stuff like that, I feel like that fucking Kyle Mooney character where he's like, goddamn corporate bullshit. Corporate piggies! Like, that's what I feel like. Goddamn corporate bullshit. Oink oink, corporate piggies. I mean, he was right. And I'm gonna go give my money to a shop. Tesco. It's Tesco. Tesco. I know everything you sell is overpriced. I'm not stupid. You hate your customers. I hate you. I genuinely hate you. I hate the fact that they put giant British flags on the sides of every store and on their products because it makes me not want to buy their shit. British made. Ew! Ew! It's like I used to get shredded wheat and then they had like a giant Union Jack on the front. Why would you do that? You're trying to like you're making it political. It's food. Like, I'm not making it political. I'm not the one putting giant fucking Union Jacks on the front of the product. When you buy apples from like Kenya, there's not a giant Kenyan flag on the apple packet. Blueberries from Greece. Just, I don't know. It's just a fact that like the monarchy has killed people like recently. Should it be this side or this side? See this sticking out? Business pissing me off. Like, and what is this? It needs to be like pinned back. Like, I've been knitting socks, and hats, and I failed making a hat because I got lazy halfway through, and I was like, I'm just gonna sew it together. It's a hat. It was too shallow. It was too shallow. It was really wide because I was making it for my nephew, who is a giant. He's one of them giant babies that you can't lift because he's too heavy. You know, you need to like preparation. You need to like, and then you hold him for like a couple minutes, and you gotta like lay down, and when he's laying on top of you, you feel like you're being suffocated. You are being suffocated. Anyway, giant ass head. I was like, I'm gonna knit this little baby a hat. So I made it really wide, and I made it too shallow for me. So I've been like knitting the rest of it, but I feel like it's a failure of a hat already. I feel like I should just start again. And I want to knit a hoodie that's like basically this dimension wise, shape size wise, with like a hood, like a knit cropped. It's not even cropped on me. It's short, but I'm short. I have a short torso, so I feel, well, I have a long torso and short legs, but I'm short. So it's like, if I like slightly crop things, it just fits me right. Like, this is tiny, and I cropped it. It was like down here, and I shortened it, and I put this thingy back on, and I made the sleeves a little longer. So like, this is what the size of like what I would knit. With the hood included. I look like a guy with my hood up and my hair back. Watch this. Like, look at how like fanboy my appearance became. Twinkified. I have like a mean swag. I have like a mean swag on me. Anyway. Also, I realized what was wrong with my bangs. They had to be side swept bangs. So I cut them shorter. Mistake? I don't know. Probably. They need to grow out a little bit longer. That's clear. But they look better than they did because they're side swept, even though they're impossibly short. Like, look at this. Look at how tiny these little pieces are. Crazy. I look like a fucking Code Lyoko character, you know? But they got that swag, so... Was it really that bad? Is it really that bad if I look like a Code Lyoko character? My phone's dying, so I gotta go. Was there anything else I had to say? Did I have to say anything? I'm not sure. My dog's drooling. Okay. No, I guess I'm done. Henry Rousseau, Vasily Kandinsky, Marc, Frankenstein, knitting a sweater instead of buying a sweater. But you gotta buy yarn, and I feel like yarn costs money. And it's all polyester. Do you know how hard it is to find cotton? Anyway.